All right, so welcome to the podcast. Tell me your story. This is your host, Chris Baker. And for the first time in a while, I'm actually going live in person here at the Sandusky Mall.
Right.
And I come across these guys, Diego and Emma. And they're on here to actually share their love story, how they met, how they came across. And Diego, he's all the way from, you said Texas? Texas. And then Emma is all the way from, well, she's from here, right?
Yeah, Norwalk, Ohio.
So let's just jump into it. How did it start? How did you guys get into the whole dating scene, the website, all that? What was going on in your
My
guys' world?
friend convinced me to go on this app, Live Me, so I did. And I wasn't getting really any fights. I had an ex-boyfriend that is actually got out of prison this year. And he was just horrible. So I met on a messenger group chat. Thank you. Group chat where we met. I mean, the ex-boyfriend led me into the group chat, and his ex-girlfriend led him into the group chat. We broke it off with both of them, obviously, because mine went to prison, and the other one,
Mine's just crazy.
yeah.
So you guys had something in common right off the rip.
And then basically we just hit it off. We were friends for like a month or so more. And we got together online. We chatted every day. We called each other every day. His mom does not like me.
No?
So my mom would always say that she's gonna smush me. She's gonna try and do everything to get me to stay in
Stay.
Texas because she wanted a
Oh,
babysitter.
okay.
She wanted a free babysitter. So she decided, since I'm adopted, she decided she's gonna go contact my bio dad and give him my number to try to convince me to stay. That didn't work out, obviously, because I'm here.
Yeah. So actually, I want to go back a little bit. So when you guys was talking about, he went to prison, and you said who for you?
My ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
she's just crazy in her head. She's not all there.
So what was it like when you guys were talking about that to each other? Like,
He knew my ex-boyfriend, and I knew his ex-girlfriend. And they were both just nuts.
and you guys were like, okay, we're kind of on the same level here. We're dealing with the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's all good.
For the way that we met, though, was throwing the words "what's up" in the group chat because you could stop talking in the group chat.
So, for people that are listening and watching right now, kind of give them what the dating site is like, so they can kind of understand better. So you were on there. You said you were anonymous. You were unknown.
So we have this other app called Live Me. My little sister actually turned me on to that app, and I was in a group called the Anonymous group, and you're not supposed to tell what you are, who you are.
So keep it a secret.
Keep it a secret, yes, if you're listening. But from there, I met these people, went to a group in on Live Me, and that's where I met the group of people. That's where I ended up meeting my ex-girlfriend that made me go on the messenger.
So before you guys met, though, and then how you met your exes, how were you guys feeling when you met each other?
I liked him, but I think my roommate at the time liked him, so I backed off because I thought he was her age, but he wasn't. She was in her 30s, or was.
I was 18 at the time when I started.
So how old are you guys now?
I'm 26.
26,
25.
25. Wow. And then how you guys been together for how long now?
4 years.
4 years. And like my wife said, he's still alive. That's what she would say to me. You're still alive. How does it feel, buddy? Your mom was wrong. You're still alive. You're still alive. She didn't smush you.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. That's life. Life happens. So when you guys finally first met each other in person, what was it like?
He booked a plane ticket.
Yeah.
And he
Come on.
sent all his stuff through UPS.
Coming from Texas.
Yeah.
And you had your own place
I
already.
did. I had my own place. It was a half trailer, believe it or not.
Really?
I'm on disability, so at the time it was all I could afford. It's all I could really get into.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
So I lived in a half trailer, and he came all the way down. I lived in Key Estates, and don't ever go there because it's the worst landlord you can ever have. I lived in Key Estates in a half trailer, which they are now tearing down. And
Horrible place.
so yeah, and then we upgraded to a new house, which I'll tell you later about. Yeah, and he couldn't find me because the Uber wouldn't go back in to Key Estates, so I had to run out there, all dressed up because I knew that he was coming. And he came and found me. We walked back all nervously.
So what was going on in your head as you're coming? You booked the plane. You're coming down here. You're sending all your stuff. You're like, the hell with it. I'm going with it.
All I could think about in my head was, oh my God, what if something happens? What if someone was right?
What if I was a catfish?
What if she was a catfish? So
I think I would be kind of feeling the same way too. You guys, this is the first time you're meeting in person, and you're really going all out. This is it. You know, if you're screwed pretty much because you sent all your stuff. Did you send it to your address?
Yeah.
So you sent all your stuff to her address. Never seen her in person.
We video chat.
Only video chat. But even then, it's still kind of like this could be somebody posing as this person. So the tension's high. You're feeling it. What is going on this plane trip? Are you panicking? Are you speaking to a higher power? What's going on?
To me, my thing is when you know, it's that you just have to have that gut feeling, and you can't. I'm already on the plane, so I can't back down.
No, there's no backing out of it now. You're going to Ohio, right? If you like it or not.
My family was actually thinking of coming to Ohio, so they probably would have came over here if they knew that I wasn't with her. So I would have had another plan.
So you got in the Uber.
I got an Uber. I was scared.
You're heading towards her house. Now the tension's rising because it's getting real now because you're getting closer and closer. And then you find out you can't get to where she's at. What's going on there, man? How you feel?
He called me.
I called her and said, where are you exactly? And she said, well, I'm outside, so I see this person running outside. And I told the taxi driver, or the Lyft, was it Lyft?
It was Lyft.
It was Lyft.
Because the Uber didn't come all the way
So
out.
the Lyft driver, stop, said you're passing me. And he just looked at me, laughed a little, and said, okay, I'll stop.
He's like, okay, this is it.
I got out of the car real slow, thanks with my stomach.
You got the butterflies going. They're flapping.
Butterflies, and it feels like a.
You're about to throw up. You're gonna hurl.
So I stop for a second. I look around, see her, take a breath, and then run over to her.
Like, yes. So, and then when you see him, he's pulling up out of that lift. What's going on?
I have butterflies up the storm in my stomach. I was like, oh my God. I gotta like act cool. Because I'm a weird person in general. People don't usually take to me because I'm autistic. And I have that weird autism vibe. So I'm walking back and I'm like playing with my hands and I'm like, we get to the house and I'm like, okay, this is it. And he scoops me up in his arms and just tries to draw me, but it didn't work.
How are you feeling in that situation?
All I think is, damn it, it's not like a movie.
See, I think that's what, because for me, that's what I did too. I went in, I got all the way out there to meet my wife for the first time, and went in for the hug. And it was kind of like a day like today where it was kind of chilly out. going in for the big old hug and for the fireworks to shoot off in the background. I'm how open this happens. She runs right to my car. She runs to the passenger side door. He gets inside. She's like, "Screw that, man! It's too cold out." So in my mind, I'm like, "Oh man!" I went in for that big scene, and I'm like, in a way, I'm kind of thinking she's gonna be one of these crappy girls, but really, in general, she was just cold. And I was going in for the big Nicholas Sparks movie where I was trying to make the big, the big thing happen, But I know what you're feeling in that moment, so continue the story. So here we are. You finally met. You realize you can't hug her, embrace her to fully, but you still did. You still did your thing.
She told me, I'll give you 10, 15 minutes with the cat and you're mine.
Oh,
We cuddled that night.
we'll keep it PG. You guys come.
No, really, we did.
Sure. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
We really
I was
cuddled.
a virgin when that came up, so
He was a virgin. Quotations was. Was. So you guys have your cuddle session. And you guys what, pass out?
Watch a movie.
What was the movie?
I don't remember.
Oh, you guys were too busy cuddling. Cuddling.
No, we were making out. That was Space
Oh,
Mountain.
see?
that's the closest we got.
PG-13 got it. So, did you guys pass out from cuddling? Or, kissing?
We went to bed.
But we actually stayed up for we stayed up
yeah,
for
we
a
did.
couple hours, a couple more hours, and then turned on the movie and then fell asleep to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can respect that. You guys were probably exhausted from making out.
No.
For 5 hours making out.
I tried. He didn't want it.
He was like, "I'm a virgin. I can't do it.
I can't do it yet.
Not yet." Well, but that urge, though, what was going on there? You were feeling it. But at the same time, you're like, "Oh, I don't want to do it on the first date."
Yeah, but I did. You're right. I didn't want to do it on the first time. I wanted our first time to be perfect.
Yeah.
So we waited. And then
The
started on
next day.
The very next day, it happened. Okay. So let's go. We'll go into that a little bit, but talk about it. So the next day happens. You guys are your first night together. It finally, just finally, reality is taking effect. You guys are finally together. What's going on in your guys' minds?
Well, he had a bunch of savings that we blew through.
Yeah, so my mom ended up taking $16,000 worth out of my account and not giving it back to me after me asking her. And then so I only had like $3,000 left over.
So yeah, that's still a lot. That's
So we door dashed a lot.
DoorDash, huh? And you were driving. What were you driving?
No. We bought
I
DoorDash.
bought DoorDash.
Oh, you bought. Okay. You bought DoorDash. I thought you were
did.
saying you were DoorDashing.
I didn't come up with a car because, as you can tell, I was in the plane.
So in a way, you guys were paying my income because I probably dropped off to you quite a few times. DoorDash, and I've done almost 20,000 deliveries.
Oh my goodness.
So I probably, at one point or another, I probably dropped off to you. Well, what were you guys DoorDashing? What were you guys getting?
Bob Evans.
Yeah, Bob Evans. The most expensive thing there is in town.
I definitely probably DoorDash to you then because that was my go-to. Bob Evans, a Cracker Barrel, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, back then they didn't really have very many options.
What were you guys doing?
It was like 2020.
COVID time. So yeah, I was probably the one delivering to you guys, dropping off because I was one of the few drivers that were around in the area that were actually willing to go out during that time period, COVID. And that was a good time, man. I was making about 150, 170. So thank you guys. I needed that during that time. That allowed me to travel and go places with my wife. So in a way, thank you. Thank you guys. So after you guys door dashed and what was going on? What else happened during that day?
A bunch of movies.
A lot of movies. You guys didn't go out and do anything, go anywhere?
No, we didn't have a car.
Oh, you guys didn't take a walk.
But my grandma met him.
Nice. How are you feeling about grandma?
Well, she's the one that I have to get a okay to from But she's like her mom.
Protective.
Yeah. So
Well, my mom is my mom, but like my mom and I don't have the best relationship compared to me and my grandma.
Yeah.
And she knows it, but it's sad at the same time.
Her grandma's like, she's the real mom. She's like, this is my baby. You gotta take care of her. Does she pull you against the wall and say, "Listen here, pal,
yeah,
you better take
She
care of her"?
loves
so it was just me getting nervous because
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I know this is the one I have to get it okay from.
Well, in the midst of us dating in that month, of us dating online, he FaceTimed me and I was at the laundromat with my grandma.
She's always with her grandma. How'd you feel? Well, yeah, at least you didn't have to worry about that. That you
I,
some random dude being in the background while she's doing laundry. Like, who's this?
It just gave me a good sense that okay, she's really close to her grandma.
Me and my grandma are best friends.
And they gave you more of an understanding that, even though grandma pulled you against the wall and gave you a talking, it's like, okay, I get it now.
And what he had to worry about was my grandfather.
Oh, what did grandfather say?
He actually liked me. He
He
within me.
actually has conversations with him, which that doesn't happen.
That was like a very rare thing. Huh?
Yeah.
So how was that first interaction?
I saw the older guy on my post now. This is it. This is another person to get a okay from. And the guys are usually the stern ones.
My
That's-
grandpa
that's
don't
nice.
have conversations.
Yeah, he's strict. He's in the old ways.
Yeah.
Him and I didn't really talk at first. At first we didn't, but as we got to
Know each other.
know each other, because them and I came up to their house more often, and we started talking more and more.
Okay. So I mean, who was more uptight with you, the grandma or the grandpa? Grandpa.
Grandpa seen me get hurt multiple times.
Oh, I could bet. That's the baby girl right there. You heard her. He's coming for you. You might end up in the ground.
I don't know about that. But he's very.
You might come up missing. You might go for a little ride. Take it back to Texas. And what part of Texas, might I ask?
Now you know where Kyle, Texas is?
Oh.
You know where Austin, Texas is?
Yes.
That's the city right next to it. I was born and pretty much raised in Austin, but I came from Kyle, Texas.
Okay. Is it like this area at all?
It's a little smaller.
Is it like Norwalk or Monroeville?
It's in between Sandusky and Monroe.
Okay.
The size difference.
So like Monroeville?
Monroeville's smaller.
Yeah, they always say like Texas is like you could drive through a whole town and still be in that town. Is it really? It's really like that out there. You could drive a whole day.
It's
I
like
don't know
30
what it's like, but I was conceived in Texas. Houston.
Wow, isn't that crazy?
That's what I said.
The fact that
We could have met.
yeah, but also at the same way, it's kind of like looking at the bigger picture. Is like you're meeting the love of your life. Are you guys engaged now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna get married, and then you find out she's actually really a Texas. So that's where it happened for her, And
Who knows? It might have not happened like that because there's a lot of fish in the sea now.
Yeah.
Over in Texas.
oh, there's plenty out there. I could imagine. The big state.
Like I say, everything's big in Texas.
Yeah. You can tell us that. So, second day together. What's going on?
Weeks passed like that.
Did it just come normal, or were you guys kind of like uptight at first?
We were normal. I was shitting in the bathroom.
Well, while you was talking. Okay. And then, so what was you guys' first big date? Where did you guys go?
I think the movies.
Well, we did have a little, like a little story at the park. A little
Oh,
picnic at the
picnic.
park.
I forgot about that.
Do you guys both make sandwiches, or how did it work?
He makes it.
I do all the cooking. So
Okay, you're the
I'm
chef.
spoiled.
She's the spoiled little girl. The spoiled brat. What'd you make?
just pretty much sandwiches. You know, we had some fruits.
What
We
kind of?
had wine at the time, so
Oh,
some wine.
you're going fancy. What kind of sandwiches?
Just cheese and meat.
Cheese and meat.
We had. We also had some veggies on it, so it's lettuce,
Dude.
tomato.
I don't think we had it on because your breath is so bad.
We didn't have onions. But there's that relationship.
Well, she snores. You have stinky breath with onions.
It's worse than my snoring.
So it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's stuff you guys can work with.
I can go about onions. Onions are a little sour for me too, so
When you chop them up, you cry. Don't
surprisingly.
you lie to me, man. Don't you lie to
Not
me.
lying. No, not that.
Not that time. Oh. Rewind this a little bit. Go back. When was he lying?
Shut up and watch. Oh, speaking of lightning.
Hmm?
Yeah, speaking of lightning,
We both still have it, but we never go on it.
Why? Just in case anybody's wondering, why do you guys still have it? Is it?
Friends. We're
Just
basically
still having that
friendless.
connection. Okay.
We go on it together sometimes, but
Just to talk to people, or
find some friends,
okay.
Other
Oh,
than that, I don't use it for dating.
Did anybody know like that you guys were talking to, like friends wise on there about you guys talking?
No. One of my roommate, my past roommate, I called her one time, and we haven't spoken in years. And I called her for some reason, and she's like, "Well, I haven't heard from you in forever." She's like, "You're dating him?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "That's nuts."
She wasn't like, I thought you were gay.
No,
thought we
she
had
a
something
huge
going on.
crush on him.
Oh, okay. So it was the
She-
opposite. The way you made it sound like she was into you, and she was like kind of
no.
upset to find out that you were.
Dude, that roommate situation was terrible. I mean, she's nice and all, but if she had to we were married, and I was like,
Yeah, that's why. Like sometimes it'd be like that.
yeah,
I had
it
a
really
roommate.
does. And I was like, where are you going? I'm going to my grandma's to watch.
One of my grandma's house. Jeez.
Well, when you gonna be back?
You gotta be back at a certain time.
I'm not at the door at this time, okay? I have a key.
I got a key. Just put a sock on the door so you're gonna have somebody over. See, that was the one thing I always said with my roommate. I was like, if you got somebody over, which you never did, or I have somebody over, I'm gonna let you know. I'll put a sock or something on the door. And if you see that sock, that means you gotta go elsewhere, buddy.
Yeah.
You gotta go elsewhere.
Yep.
Or like the thing that was sucked about my roommate is I would try to set him up with whoever, I was seeing one of her friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, can you bring one of your friends over and possibly help my friend out? My roommate?
Yeah.
Never worked. He had no game at all. I mean, it could be like one of those people that she could get along with anybody. And he would just
blow it.
He would say something that would just not work. Like, dude, come on. It was, all you had to do was just say hi. And couldn't even do that.
Oh my god.
But since we're on roommate talk, he was cool and everything. He's my best friend. And it was one of those where, you think moving in with your roommate. So somebody that's watching, listen right now. You're getting this idea where you think living with your roommate, your best friend,
it's gonna be awesome.
You think it's gonna be a fantastic idea, but it's not. It's a very bad idea.
It's a very, very bad idea.
And chances are it's gonna separate you guys in the long run. Because that's what ended up happening to me and my friend. Is like we grew apart, and I kind of realized I was ready to grow up quicker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was more of I'm getting all the growth. I I felt like the husband and the guy, the man of the house,
Yeah.
where I'm providing and getting everything, filling up getting
That's
everything, paying the
exactly.
bills and all that. And I felt like I had a child. I hate to say it, but I felt like I had a child.
Oh my God, me too.
I've never had an experience like this. As you tell, my mom was very.
Your mom was the roommate.
Yes, she was.
So in a way, you got to think too, is like how she dealt with her roommate. You were kind of dealing with it in a similar way, but it was your mom. And she was kind of like, oh, it's not gonna work.
21, and she's still baby.
Yeah. Well, you're the baby. Did you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I'm actually, 1, 2, 3. I have to count because that's how many people in my family.
You got a big family?
Yes.
See, for me, I have 3 sisters.
I have a brother.
You have 1 brother.
It's like 4 sisters. And
It was 3. Well, we had, let's see, it was me and my dad, and then 4 women. So, so me and my dad were actually pretty close when it came to that because we had to survive, especially when it came to those months, the end of the month, and that when nature starts calling, that's when it got like, okay, Dad, let's go fishing or something. Let's get out of here. Throw the tampons and run away.
Get the hot Cheetos.
We gotta go. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Let's get out of here. Anyway, before we get carried away with sibling talk, we'll get back to this conversation here. So here we are. Was it the second date? I lost track. We started talking about roommates and stuff. We're on the.
And the couple week point.
So okay, we'll fast forward a little bit. So you guys are together for what, 2-3 months? How's it going then? You guys hit any? Have you guys stumbled at all in this relationship?
We stumbled. We have a blowout once a year. Where we get really mad at each other. We'll text it out. Because he walks away, he's just like, I'm done. And I just slam the door
I
and
don't want to like make it any worse than what it is. So
I have serious bipolar.
mine,
You're happy 1 minute, then you're upset.
No, really, I'm bipolar and bipolar too. So I blow out once a year, and that's just how I go.
And so you know this about her,
yeah,
and so
I've
you're
just
like,
been diagnosed with schizoaffective. So putting those two together, schizoaffective and bipolar together.
you guys are quite the pair. Don't beat me up, please. I'm just the cameraman. Just the cameraman. Don't flip out on me. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Dang, how does that really work out though? I was thinking about it more. How does that work? You start having your moments, and so I mean, in a way, I guess it works out because you walk away instead of
I've learned in my past, because I've had therapists that have told me if I need to walk away. I've had other ones tell me don't walk away from your problems.
Yeah.
So I tried that one out. It didn't work out so well. Because when she was having her moment,
I tend to yell and scream and
oh,
she has mania happen, which
she starts throwing things at you.
yes, so that's my
time to
time that
go.
So one time that I tried not to walk away. I tried tasting her, but it didn't work out so well.
Oh, you got to tell us a little bit more, John. Tell us this. If it got too violent, spare the details.
It did get violent.
I'm not the same person I am when I'm manic. Does that make sense? Mental health is very serious.
Mhm.
And the fact that it is like I get really high, I get really low. And the problem is in between there, I get really violent if I don't take my meds. I was heavily pregnant. I can't take my meds.
Mhm.
So, I was being violent and it wasn't myself. And he knew that. But once I got back on my meds, I was back to being myself and, kind of just being the fun, happy person I was. So it's really hard to describe, but in that moment, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't remember any of it.
No, because you're in a different state of mind. You're elsewhere, and thankfully you have a partner who understands that.
Yeah.
That what you're saying to him is not
Yes.
It's you're having an episode, you're dealing
Yeah.
with stuff, and this is important mental health that we, it's good that we're actually addressing this because a lot of people dismiss it, and whoever's watching, listening right now, it helps them understand better. So when they do get in this, so what did you do in that situation actually when your partner was, just lashing out on you? Was she throwing? Were you throwing things?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Like I
she
said.
was throwing
She was throwing stuff at
punched me
you,
in the face.
punched you, and how for somebody that is in a relationship like this that has to deal with stuff like this and is kind of questioning if they want to still be a part of that relationship, what do you say to them?
I pretty much just stepped back and let her have a little moment, and so I just step back, wait till she's ready. She'll text me saying, "Okay, I'm sorry, and I did all this, and I'll come back home."
Okay, so don't wait, just in case somebody got confused there, don't stay put, don't allow her to go off on you and continue to lash
Yeah,
out on you.
because it helps me calm down
Get out.
when he's going for a walk. It makes me understand, like, hey, this is not okay.
Walk away.
It helps with certain people, not everybody.
Everybody's different.
Everybody, because some people are gonna want the other person to come in and
Of
hold
them
them
and everything.
and do all
But
that.
I'm not a touchy person.
And a lot of people think that's the solution too, is to go to you and try to comfort her, but you realize, like you said, you have to walk away because it's not you, it's
Yeah.
somebody else that's in that.
Moment.
Emma is gone, and would you say you have a name for this person?
I used to call her Alex.
Alex is taking place, so you have to walk away. So where do you usually go in that time period? Because you're from Texas, you don't really have. I don't think you have anybody really here.
I just walk around town because from before I came here, I was actually in cross country track, so I love running around and jogging.
That's
You
what-
clear my mind.
So is that what you do? You go out for, you just start running?
Yeah, just run around, put some music on. Music is life.
The dude is so fast. I'll track him on my phone. He'll be already across town by the hospital by the time. We live in the middle of town. We did anyway. And like a Norwalk, and he would be by the hospital in 5 minutes or less.
Growing up in Texas, you had to get a bag of ice. You had to get back to the house before it melted. So I understand. I understand.
Dude is fast.
You have to get back. You want to have ice before you get home. You gotta. Grandma's not gonna be happy if there ain't ice in that cup. So after, I mean, when the first time it happened, though, I kind of go a step back a little bit. When the first time it happened, what was going on? What was taking place in both your guys' minds? Were you worried that he was gonna not be able to handle it and kind of?
Yeah. And I also was kind of angry and it just blinded me. So I don't really remember much, but I was worried he was going to leave.
For me, I've met other people like that have the same thing as her. For example, my dad. So I knew I had to walk away.
So you dealt with this in your past. That's how you knew how to cope with it.
My family's full of mental health, so each of us have something different.
I mean, I'm a spiritual person. I just think like we're brought together for reasons, and for like just stuff like that. It makes so much sense. It just all comes together perfectly. I mean, at first it doesn't. You're kind of like, well, what's good? What did I get myself into? But you dealt with this all your life, and you're afraid that he's gonna run, but really he's like, no, this is just something I've been around all my life, and I know how to cope with it. And then that's why you guys text. Was it you that you started the text to let her know, like, hey, I get it, I understand. I'll come back when you're ready.
Yeah, so that's what I always did. I always did that with my parents. They always got mad. They're like, "Do I really need to text you?" So I just thought in my head, maybe that's the best thing to do with her. Just let her calm down. Just let her get back to her own self.
All right. Okay, we'll kind of step away from that.
It's stressful.
Stressful just talking about it, but it's nice to get it off. It's a little bit of a release. So other than that, I mean, would you guys say everything's PG? Everything's good? I mean, what do you guys have disagreements?
Two beautiful children.
Beautiful kids. Oh, when did that happen?
Well, in
Just-
2021, we had our first girl,
So
and then
that means a week after we met. We made the first one.
There's your confirmation.
looks
35,
almost exactly
55,
like him, but she looks more
lost in
like
Virginia.
me than it does him. And then of 2022, we had a second, and she looks exactly like him.
Exactly like you.
Oh my god!
Come
my
up with glasses
attitude.
then.
Just a girl with a long hair.
She's you in drag.
She's so cute. A little thick eyebrows, dark hair,
How's it?
Mexican skin tone.
Got that dark skin. Tan year round. She's blessed.
I'd at least have one
Yeah.
of them like that.
The first one looks like me.
White as day. Well, you're not that white. I mean,
Well,
you got a little
I'm
bit of
not
color.
right now, but if you look underneath my eyes,
You got. Well, we're all there. Yeah, we're all there.
I'm there.
Hands are like that too. Yeah, got the little tan going. Hold on, we gotta get a little closer. Got that tan going there. Look at you. But we're all white. See,
yeah, that's just my undertone, you know.
that's how we got spray painted when they made us. So hands against the walls, guys. And then that's why the palms are always wet. Everybody's the same,
I
guys.
get glitter all over me from you.
It's not for me, it's for you. What you talking about?
Oh. We got glitter fights going on there.
I put glitter in my hair and then I go on my chest and then
I think that might be for another time. Glitter fights. The glitter fights going wild. All right. So, what else you guys want to share before we start to wrap this thing up?
he babies me. He's the best person ever. He gives me whatever I want.
4 years, right? 4 years. And you guys, when did you pop the question to her? When did you say?
It was her telling me, I think I like you. And I was like right before I was going to off myself. Because literally I had a knife and a shower curtain ready to hang me in case the knife shower curtain didn't work out. I go back to my phone one last time and say, okay, give me a sign that I'm supposed to be here. So I pray to God, please give me a sign that I'm supposed to be here. And I get it in the next second, right after I say the words, I get a ding on my phone. I go look at it.
Perfect
It's
timing.
Emma saying,
Perfect time.
hi. So I go back and say, hey, what's up? I think I like you.
I think I like you.
And so
The words that saved your life, man.
I text her back, and I think I like you too. Very good friend. So then she said, oh no, I mean I like you.
Oh, we're going back in time like as kids. I like you.
And then
Like
I was
me?
there for a sec. Did she just say I like you? And then so I was saying I think I like you too. Because we haven't exactly we talked for a month, but
It was kind of on and
comfort.
off.
Mhm.
We're comforting each other. Then we stopped talking, and that's when I started getting depressed and stuff.
But the engagement was crazy. I had a different ring back then. I told him, I said, if you don't propose, because I just had a baby, you need to propose to me then. And I was like, okay, if you don't propose to me on this trip swear I'm going to propose to you. I'm going to do it.
She kept telling me, no, don't do it at the when we were about when the hospital when she was pregnant.
I didn't want him to feel like he had to,
Okay.
but I also wanted him to.
But you're like, I want you to. But then again, I don't want to force you.
I didn't feel like it was right moment yet.
No, you're like, I want to plan this out right. Just want to do it correctly. All right. So as we get closer to wrapping it up, have you guys figured out a date yet? When you want to do it? When you're gonna get married? Or
No, we're not getting married. We're just going to stay engaged because I'm disabled.
We might get married once we're older.
Once the disability kind of runs out.
okay.
If he dies, if he's getting close to the brink of death, that's when I'll marry him.
Then you'll marry him on the deathbed. Like,
I can only get married one time unless I'm a widow.
okay. So random questions to end this. If you guys could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Probably California.
California? Any
I
particular
love
reason?
Sacramento. I've traveled there so many times. I loved it so much.
To be honest, I don't know. My thing I used to go to is Hawaii, just because of the volcanoes there.
Mhm.
So I want to see a Hawaii volcano.
Okay. Dream cars.
1965 Mustang.
I'm never on that one.
Oh, you guys got an agreement out there. Okay. Okay. I'll let you guys ask me a question.
There is one thing you should know, though.
Yes.
Put-in Bay. We got engaged at Put-in Bay by the rocks. You know where they go in the cave?
Yes.
We were doing the rocks, and he said, "Oh, how do I do this?" And I said, "Just do it, Diego."
She gave me that one.
Just do it. And then, of course, she said yes. She didn't say no. And now here you guys are, 4 years in.
Yeah.
Happy, ready to take on the world.
Yes, sir.
Talking to a random stranger. You guys just met at the mall. And I like to add that she thought it was a statue. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Still.
How was that piece? That was relaxed.
I guess she never did.
That was a piece, no? I was actually kind of waiting for somebody to mention it, to say something.
Here we are.
And here we are now doing this podcast. And I want to just thank you guys for actually coming on and just telling your story.
Thanks.
Willing to accept this invitation. But any other questions before we wrap this thing?
No?
You guys want to ask me a question?
How long have you guys been together again?
I have been together with my wife we've been together for almost 7 years. And we've been married almost 4. And like I said before, she hasn't killed me yet. There has been times. And people that are watching and listening, it is not going to be sunshine and rainbows when you find your other half, whoever they are.
Yeah.
You're going to have,
The ups and downs.
it's going to happen. You guys are going to have disagreements, and a lot of times, like she said, it's going to be over something stupid.
Maybe like us, we're stupid.
It's going to be over something dumb. You're going
Where
to
did you put the remote? How do you put the remote anywhere?
sometimes
You put the remote somewhere.
sometimes it's going to be an argument that has really nothing to do with you at all. I mean, you guys are going to look at each other afterwards and be like, why, where the hell were we even fighting over this?
It's so true.
But other than that, guys, I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Until next time, this is your host, Chris Baker, the narrator of this, because I'm not in this. But anywho, thank you. You guys want to say something? Say goodbye?
No, we're good.
Adios. Adios, everybody.